Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk to you today about the recent shooting of Lindani Myeni in Honolulu, Hawaii. Lindani Myeni was known as a Zulu prince who's from South Africa. He had appeared in a South African TV show, music contest show called South African Idol. He appeared on that TV show. He also played on a club rugby team in his home province of KwaZulu-Natal. And when he met his American wife, Lindsay, Caucasian American, they had moved to Hawaii and they had 2 kids together. Well, recently he had followed this other woman in Hawaii home to her house, and he takes his shoes off before he enters the house. Well, the family says they didn't know him. The woman that he followed said she didn't know him, and he was acting erratically and very strange. Well, they ask him to leave, and they call the police on him. Eventually, he does leave, but as he's leaving, the Honolulu police officers show up. However, he goes and tries to attack the officers because one of the Honolulu officers is receiving hospital treatment for facial injuries and a concussion, according to the Daily Mail. So I believe the use of force was justified in this situation. The Economic Freedom Fighters Party in South Africa doesn't think so. They believe it was an act of blatant racism. I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I really don't. And I don't believe it was an act of anti-Haole or anti-white racism. The Hawaiian word for white person is Haole. That it's not an anti-Haole situation because his wife was white. I firmly believe he unjustly followed somebody into their house. They asked him to leave. He acts strangely, and the officers show up, and he attacks the officers. I believe it's a pretty open and shut case. But I'm sad for Lindsay Myeni because she now has to raise 2 children all by herself, and it's just a sad situation. And she says it is Zulu custom and Zulu tradition to randomly walk into any person's house, taking off the shoes as a sign of respect. I'm not Zulu. I'm not from KwaZulu-Natal, so I can't say if it is or it isn't. But I do know the family, it is their home, and they asked him to leave. And they said he was acting erratically. And the girl that he followed wasn't his wife, number one. Wasn't his wife. And she said she didn't know him. So I think the family had a right to be scared in that situation, regardless of what color Mr. Myeni was. I really believe that. I really like. And now, before I go any further, according to other press sources, there have been racial discrimination lawsuits, or either they're on the books right now, being filed by a Hispanic Honolulu police officer, an African American Honolulu police officer, both males, but then a Caucasian female police officer with the Honolulu Police Department, and they say they're being discriminated against in their workplace. Are they being discriminated against? I don't know. I'm not there. They could easily not be doing their jobs and claiming it's racism, or they could be discriminated against. I don't know. I'm not there. But I don't believe this is a case of anti-Haole racism or anti-black racism. I believe this is justified use of force by the police. So anyways, hope everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless. And bye-bye. Bye-bye.